Have you ever stopped to wonder why we feel this almost compulsive need to share everything we experience? That special meal, that intimate moment, that new project being born in your heart, that fresh achievement, still warm and pulsing inside your chest. What if I told you that there's an ancient wisdom one recognized by every spiritual tradition around the world that teaches the exact opposite of what the digital age has taught us? Not everything was meant to be shared. And the universe knows that perfectly well. Welcome to the Veil of Vibration. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful and least understood secrets of modern spirituality, the sacred power of silence and the unseen. If you're tired of feeling like you have to prove your life to the world, or if you've noticed that some of your biggest achievements lost their magic after you expose them, this message is for you. We live in an extraordinary and paradoxical time. Never in human history have we been so connected and yet so empty. We post our dreams online before we even plant them in a fertile soil of action. We announce our projects while they're still fragile seeds that need darkness and silence to grow. And then comes a question few dare to ask. Why do so many projects die right after being announced? Why does that initial spark, that burning enthusiasm, seem to evaporate once we tell the world? The answer isn't in a lack of discipline or laziness or incapacity. The answer lies in forgotten spiritual law, one that continues to operate whether you believe in it or not. Across mystical traditions from east to west, from Sufis to shamans, from Zen masters to Kabbalists, there's a shared teaching. Some things must be protected in the womb of silence so they can be born strong. Think about it. A seed doesn't germinate under bright lights. It needs the darkness of soil, the mystery of the depths, the protection of the unseen. Only when it's strong enough does it break the surface and reveal itself to the world. But what do? We dig up the seed, show it to everyone, take pictures, post it to our stories, and then wonder why nothing grew. Now, you might be thinking, this is just spiritual philosophy. But modern science has started proving what mystics have always known. There's a psychological phenomenon called social reality substitution. When you announce a goal or share a dream, your brain releases a hit of dopamine, the same chemical reward you get from actually accomplishing that goal. In other words, your brain confuses the announcement with the achievement. You feel gratification before you've done the work, and that steals your motivation. But let's go beyond neuroscience into the energetic field of reality itself. Every dream, every project, every intention you hold is a field of potential energy, like a charged battery ready to move mountains. But that energy is delicate at first. It needs to be nurtured, protected, and fed in silence. When you share too soon, you scatter that energy. Other people's opinions, doubts, questions, even well-intentioned praise. All of it interferes with the energetic field of your creation. It's like trying to hold water in open hands. The more you open them, the faster it slips away. The ancient alchemists called this hermetism, sealing the vessel where transformation happens, not out of ego or secrecy, but out of wisdom. Because certain transformations can only unfold away from the eyes of the world. Look at nature, the greatest spiritual teacher of all. The strongest forces of the universe work in silence. The stars don't announce when they're about to be born. They simply shine when it's time. The moon doesn't ask permission to wax or wane. It follows its cosmic rhythm in quiet grace. The world's oldest trees grew in secret, far from the spotlight, root by root, year after year. The universe operates through the unseen, and the word occult doesn't mean dark or evil. It means hidden, protected, sacred. Everything truly powerful needs a period of gestation in the dark. A baby forms in the sacred darkness of the mother's womb, far from curious eyes. A butterfly transforms within a closed cocoon, unseen by the world. A diamond is forged deep within the earth, under pressure and absolute silence. Now bring that wisdom into your own life. That dream being born inside you, it deserves the same respect. It deserves the sacred womb of silence. It deserves to be nurtured far from opinions, projections, even from compliments that might inflate your ego before it's time. This isn't about being secretive out of vanity. It's about honoring the sacred process of creation. When you begin a new spiritual practice, you don't need to post about it. Let the transformation happen within you first. Let people notice the change in your energy, not in your feed. When you're healing a deep wound, you don't have to narrate every step of your recovery. Some tears, some revelations, some dawns of consciousness are meant to be shared only between you and the divine. When you're building a project that could change your life, work on it in silence. Let your work speak for you when it's ready. Let me be honest with you. There's a price to pay for premature exposure, and many of us have paid it without realizing what was happening. The first danger, the eye of the ego. When you share something sacred before it's ready, you open the door to energies that aren't aligned with your purpose. I'm not talking about superstition or the so-called evil eye. I'm talking about frequencies. Every person carries a frequency. When you expose your dream, you submit to all those frequencies, doubts, fears, limitations, projections, and that contaminates the energetic field of your creation. The second danger, the trap of external validation. When you post and receive likes, comments, hearts, you start depending on that validation. Your dream stops being yours. It starts feeding off the approval of others. And what happens when that approval doesn't come? The dream withers. Your greatest achievements don't need an audience. They need commitment. The third danger, the loss of creative energy. There's a specific energy that drives all manifestations. The East calls it chi, India calls it prana. The West calls it life force. Whatever the name, it's limited and it's sacred. When you talk too much about what you're going to do, you spend that energy in words. It leaks through your mouth, your keyboard, your social media posts. And by the time it's time to act, you've got no fuel left. The great creators of history knew this. Tesla worked in silence. Einstein developed a theory of relativity far from the spotlight. Spiritual masters reach enlightenment in caves, mountains, deserts, away from the noise of the world. Not because they despised the world, but because they respected the sacred process of transformation. The energy builds quietly. The roots deepen before the bloom. In silence, creation gathers power. So how can we live in this hyper-connected world without losing the sacred power of the unseen? How can we protect what's still forming without isolating ourselves from life? Here are 3 timeless practices that can help you reclaim your creative power and restore the sacredness of your process. Practice 1, the 90-day rule. When you have a new project, a new intention, a new dream, keep it to yourself for at least 90 days. Work on it quietly. Let it take root before showing its first sprouts. During those 90 days, you'll discover whether it's real or just excitement. You'll build structure. You'll strengthen your energy. And when you finally decide to share it, it will be a tree, not a fragile seed. Those who master patience master manifestation, because every creation needs time to become solid and invisible before it appears in the visible. Practice 2, the sacred circle. Not everything has to be kept in total secrecy, but choose wisely with whom you share. Create a sacred circle 2, 3, maybe 5 people who truly resonate with your purpose. Share with those who nourish, not those who drain. Share with those who question with love, not those who project their fears onto you. Protecting your dream doesn't mean isolating yourself. It means surrounding yourself with frequencies that amplify your light instead of dimming it. Remember, a single voice of doubt can lower the vibration of an entire vision, but one aligned soul can multiply it tenfold. Practice 3, the rule of completion. Before posting about a victory, ask yourself, is this already real? Is it solid, or is it still a fragile promise? Share the harvest, not the planting. Show the fruit, not the seed. When you integrate this wisdom, something powerful happens. You stop needing validation. You stop comparing yourself. You stop competing. You simply create. You transform. You evolve. And when you finally reveal your work to the world, it's not to prove anything. It's because the time has come naturally. Because the fruit is ripe. Because the vibration is ready to meet the world. Silence becomes your ally. Mystery becomes your strength. Your creation begins to breathe with the rhythm of the universe itself. So today, my friend, I invite you to do something revolutionary in this world of constant exposure. Keep something sacred just for yourself. That dream that's beginning to take shape, inside you, protect it. That transformation, quietly unfolding, honored in silence. That healing, emerging, allow it to complete itself before you narrate the story. The universe doesn't shout its greatest works. The stars don't make noise when they shine. The deepest love doesn't need words. Not everything was meant to be shared. And when you truly understand this, when you embrace the power of the hidden, the sacred, the silent, you discover a force the world cannot touch, a peace that no light can give, a fulfillment that external validation will never bring. You don't need to prove your evolution. You don't need to document every step of your journey. You don't need the world's approval to be who you came here to be. The universe is conspiring in favor of your dreams, but it requires that you protect them, that you nurture them, that you respect them enough to keep them in the sacred womb of silence until they are ready to be born. And when they finally emerge, they will come forth with a strength that nothing and no one can shake. If this video touched something in your heart, if it resonated with you, leave a like so that the algorithm can bring this message to more people who need to hear it. And share in the comments without revealing your secrets. Of course. Have you ever noticed a dream wither after sharing it? Are you ready to embrace the power of sacred silence? Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to receive more content that connects spirituality with practical life. And remember, the universe whispers its greatest truths. Learn to hear it in the silence. Until the next video, may you walk in light and wisdom.